object styles, just like paragraph and character styles, give you the ability to apply specific formatting to an entire object. This could be text, this could be a box, this could be anything that you've created that especially affects its fill colors, its effects, or its stroke colors, or anything that you want. Let me show you what this looks like. Going back to our Pages panel, let's double click on page 1. I'm going to close out my paragraph styles for now. And let's apply some formatting to make Urban Oasis Gardens stand out. We're going to do some special effects. To do this, let's go up to Object, down to Effects, and let's open up the Transparency panel. With Preview turned on, let's add a drop shadow and also an outer glow. We're going to keep the default settings for this just for now, but just know that it's been applied to the entire object that's inside of this box. We can say OK. Now to save this style, make sure that it's still selected, and let's go up to Window, down to Styles, and let's choose our Object Styles dialog box. As with all of the others, you've got your basic and none settings for your frames. If we hold down the Alt key on a Windows or the Option key on a Mac as you click the plus sign, this will automatically create a new one and open up your dialog box for it. Let's give this new style the name of Drop Shadow. You can review all of the attributes that can be applied to your setting, but do make sure to apply this style to the selection since we've already got it selected. Then we can say OK. Now let's apply this style. In our Pages panel, let's select page 6. Let's click on the How to Grow text at the top, and let's apply the drop shadow to it. With this done, let's close out our object styles in our Pages panel. The final kind of styling that we can save up deal with table and cell styles. Let's jump back up to page 3. Remember, we can also navigate down here at the bottom and choose page 3. At the bottom of this page, you'll notice that there's a little table that's been created for the flower tips. These tables are nested inside of text boxes. Because of this, we need to make sure you're using your Type tool whenever you make selections inside of these areas. To quickly select an entire row, you can put your cursor right on the outside until you see the little arrow, and with one click, you can select the entire row. Now, if you have your control panel open, all of the options to be able to format your cells can be found up here in the control panel. In addition to this, we can also go up to Table. You can go down to your cell options, and you can open up the stroke and fills and be able to edit all of the parts from this as well. Sometimes having this dialog box open makes it a little bit easier to format everything. For example, we want to change the cell's fill color from none to green brightest. We'll say OK to this. Now, cell styles are found under Window, down to Styles, and you can open the cell styles for this. Let's go ahead and create a new cell style. The title of this one is going to be Table Head. This is going to be based on none, but we are going to apply a paragraph style of header number 4. We can say OK to this, and we don't automatically apply it. So with things still selected, you can choose Table Head, and it will automatically apply it to this particular area. Now, if you do see any plus signs here, you can clear the overrides by clicking on the Clear Overrides in Selection, and it should automatically apply it. Now we can actually see it. Now, if we wanted to format an entire table style and not just a cell, you can open the Table Styles panel, and let's create a new table style. As far as its name goes, let's give it a garden table. And we can format the different parts of the table. The first part of your table that has the entire first row is known as the header row. And we can give it the header row, the table head style. To affect the fill color of everything, let's go to the fills portion of this. And what's fun about this is that we can apply a different fill color to alternating rows. So under alternating pattern, let's choose every other row. We'll set it the first row to be paper color and the second row or the second column to be green brightness. If we turn on preview, well, we don't have it selected, but that's okay. Let's bring green brightness down to about 30%. I think it'll look good from there. From here, we can say OK. Now that we've got a table style, we can click anywhere inside of this table and in one click choose Garden Table, and you can see how it alternates those rows as well. Now that we've got it applied to this one, let's go back down to page 6. Let's select this table by clicking on the inside of it and also apply the Garden Table to it. And you can see how with one click, it quickly and easily formats all of those. Now, all of these styles allow you to quickly update an entire document just by changing the style itself. This is known as global editing. Let's go to this page with the beans, and let's say I wanted to add a red rule or line underneath this particular format. If I open up my paragraph panel, you can see this is set to header number 3. With everything selected for beans, or this text highlighted, let's open our paragraph panel by going to Window, down to Type and Tables, Paragraph, and let's open the rule for paragraph rules. Under the options, choose Paragraph Rule. For these options, we're going to make a rule below and turn it on. This is going to be 1/2 point, and the color of it's going to be tomato red. We're going to do an offset of 0.025, and we'll say OK to this. Now, because I made a local change to just this instance of it, check out my paragraph styles for header 3. It has the little plus sign, meaning I've made some change to this paragraph style. I want all instances of this one to match this new styling for this paragraph, to have the red line underneath it. So with header 3 selected, I can go up to my paragraph style options and I can tell it to define this as the new rule. So redefine the style. When I do this, now every instance of header 3 also contains the red underline for it as well. The final thing to note is that you can load existing styles from other documents. And this is a great way of being able to share whatever formatting you've done from one document onto another. Before I do this, I'm going to make sure nothing is selected so I don't accidentally apply a style to it. In this case, we're going to import some paragraph styles. So let's go to the Styles panel, click on the options for this. In our case, we want to be able to open or load all text styles. From here, let's select the 09 end document and we'll say Open. It's going to ask us which styles do we want to import. Now, we don't want all of these. We really just want to get the ones that we haven't imported before, specifically this drop cap. So I'm going to uncheck all of these. And I'm going to select the body text drop cap, and the drop cap down here will automatically be selected too. Now when I say OK, this will automatically import those into my paragraph styles. To apply this, I'm going to zoom out and go back up to the top here. Underneath the heirloom vegetable seeds, let's select this particular part and let's apply that drop cap body style to give it that individual little drop cap that's already been created. Notice that this drop cap not only gives it a specific format, but it also changes the character style, which means it had a nested character style for the green character for this one. With this done, we can zoom out. I'll close out my paragraph styles, and you can hit the W key to get a good, whoops, excuse me, I had something selected. Deselect everything. Hit the W key so you can see all of your spreads. Now's a good time to go to File and let's save it up, and then upload this InDesign file to the class page.